What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Canna News. Today, I've got a nice, interesting lineup of articles here filled to the brim with a bunch of things cannabis. So let's just hop right in. Today, this is the marijuanamoment.net. This is the Minnesota officials seek marijuana licensing contractor to prepare for legalization even before the governor signs the reform bill. Minnesota officials are already soliciting vendors to help build a licensing system for recreational marijuana businesses, even before the governor has officially signed the legalization bill that lawmakers recently sent to his desk. So this is pretty much a guaranteed go-to. Minnesota's going to legalize marijuana. It's all over the news. Congratulations to Minnesota. It's going to put a lot of pressure onto South Dakota as well to go ahead and legalize recreational as also. Just we're bordering Minnesota. We touch it for a large portion of the border in the east side of the state, and it's going to be even harder to stop people bringing product across state lines. So congratulations, Minnesota. Thank you. Also, from Reuters.com, Amsterdam's red light district starts a marijuana smoking ban. Congratulations, Amsterdam. You are taking a step backwards. You don't have any ban on people smoking cigarettes in the streets, unfortunately, but you do have a ban from people. I don't know if that's true. I'm assuming you don't have a ban from people smoking cigarettes in the streets because it's very common in Europe. But here we go. So a ban on smoking marijuana on the streets of Amsterdam's red light district went into effect on Thursday, part of a push by the city's first female mayor to clean up the area. Signs were posted in the Canal Line neighborhood known for its brothels, sex clubs, and marijuana cafes, which attract millions of tourists a year, but a nuisance for residents. So she thinks she's going to help clean up the city, but it's not going to really do anything. I think, if anything, they're just going to try to pop tourists with a fine and try to increase their revenue, which is corrupt as hell. Normal. This is DEA reports more marijuana seizures and fewer arrests in 2022. Some staggering numbers in this article here. The DEA in 2022 reported 5.7 million confiscated cultivated cannabis plants in 2021. Sorry about that. Agents also reported confiscating nearly 37,000 THC infused edibles and another 60,000 cannabis concentrates. Today, the highest seizure comes from the area of California. And that is because, despite adult use cannabis being illegal in the state, it continues to serve as the primary provider for unregulated cannabis throughout the United States. Also, we've recently seen that people from California are shipping things to Thailand, even now with the current legalization, which is just crazy. All right, next article. This is a New York law enforcement officials are warning people that illegally purchased marijuana could be laced with fentanyl. Not sure if this is just trying to stop people from buying marijuana or if there are people actually in New York lacing marijuana with fentanyl. That is disgusting. I don't doubt it. Fentanyl is such a problem right now. If that is happening out there, I hope these guys get caught and they get burned. Nearly 200 pounds of marijuana recovered in the Marshall County drug bust. 14 of them have been arrested. This is in Oklahoma. Law enforcement dismantled an illegal marijuana grow operation, resulting in the recovery of nearly 200 pounds and in the arrest of 14 individuals. Sorry about losing your grow, guys. All right, next one. Is there a future for marijuana legalization in Iowa? I haven't read the article too much yet. Early Saturday morning, Minnesota lawmakers passed a bill to allow adults to legally use, possess, and grow cannabis. The bill now heads to the governor's desk, and we're waiting to figure out what happens. This is basically saying, it also being a border state to Minnesota, how is this going to affect them? Earlier this year, House Democrats filed House File 442, which allows for Iowans over the age of 21 to purchase marijuana from licensed retailers. It's already in Iowa. Legalize it. How can a plant be a crime? This one is on weareiowa.com if you're interested in that one. This one is fox2detroit.com. Michigan weighs removing pre-employment drug test for marijuana. Jobs with the state of Michigan may no longer require passing a drug test for marijuana to gain employment. This is great. We've long known, the stoner community has long known for a long time that you're not bad at jobs just because you smoke weed. This is ridiculous. So I hope they do remove drug testing, or marijuana drug testing at least. Drug test me for all other drugs. All I do is smoke marijuana. And I think it's disgusting. It makes me mad that they can consider marijuana a drug. So I would love it if they took that off of that testing. This is a congressional committee blocks GOP-led marijuana legalization and fentanyl. Committee. Okay, well, let's back that up. Congressional committee blocks GOP-led marijuana legalization and fentanyl contamination amendments from floor votes. House committee has blocked amendments to legalize marijuana to carry out a federal study into the prevalence of fentanyl-tainted cannabis from receiving floor votes. The proposals were both filed by Republican lawmakers who sought to attach them to a broader bill to ramp up criminalization of the opioid that also contains provisions to generally streamline research into Schedule I drugs. Next article is Colorado governor signs psychedelic regulation bill into law. So the governor, Polis, has just signed this bill into law, stating that now people can not only have but also cultivate psilocybin mushrooms in Colorado, which is just revolutionary, right? I think that it's great. This is going to have, the legislation will help establish policies on healing centers where adults 21 and older will be able to receive psychedelic treatments. Tightens up on rules on cultivation and facilitators, creating licenses requirements, dictates state agency regulatory responsibilities, and imposes penalties for unsanctioned activities. So it's crazy. While in South Dakota, we are still fighting to have large access to medical marijuana, they're legalizing for recreational use psilocybin mushrooms in Colorado. So we got it backwards. There's a lot of things going on. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.